Hey everyone, what's going on? Peter Parker here from DTA Podcast. Just here talking to you guys real quick. Talking about this story that I kind of forgot, but just want to follow up on real quick. It is this wonderful story about struggles, about life. It is about someone that you guys saw my last video. You're seeing it on the headline again. I want to do a separate one, and this one is going to be in a couple of parts. This one here about ZELINA Vega. Once again, she is a big headline in the news as of late. I spoke about the other video about what happened, the behind the scenes, how did she get from there to where we are, and we spoke about her Twitch videos. And in this video, we're going to talk about ZELINA Vega and how she feels about younger wrestlers that do not understand the business. And I thought this was an interesting story when I found this, searching for news, whatnot. And once again, you guys could tweet us at DTA Podcast if you guys want to chat with us, either post video, or you can do a favor and like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to put more videos out and doing more live streaming for you guys. So we are, talking about ZELINA Vega. And so I thought this was something that a lot of people would be interested in, specifically if you care about the industry. If you're someone who has, interest in getting in the industry, just like I was as a young child. Clearly, I'm not that age anymore. I may not look like it. Thank you very much. But this is something interesting. So shout out to the mix.net. That site has been putting up a lot of great stories. And this one is no different. And ZELINA Vega is basically sharing her views on younger talent. And I think this is just telling on just, who she is as a person, and how a lot of people can take this and really use the wealth of knowledge that she shares. Let's get to the story right here. So it goes on and says here that WWE's ZELINA Vega has criticized younger wrestlers for not understanding what paying your dues means. She also reflected on her own journey as an independent wrestler. And that's the fascinating thing about wrestling is like when you have when you're a fan of a talent and you follow them from independent to the mainstream, it is a fascinating experience. It's just like, as I talk to about my partner all the time, because he's a big sports fan as well, but he likes more football, basketball, and he does watch wrestling with me, and we get all cerebral with it. But and he's a big fan from the past, Hogan and all that stuff. And he found out so much information by obviously us dating and me filling his brain in with the information that I have. And now he knows that everything is a fake in wrestling. Well, it's always, but it's more so than you thought. WrestleMania, no, it wasn't 100,000 ticket sales. Okay, I don't know where I got from there. But anyway, back to ZELINA Vega. So it's just interesting when you're someone who watches this, and then as I said, as myself, I wanted to be a wrestler. And it didn't work out for me. I saw a lot of things and was not to say like bad things. Well, yeah, it was a lot of bullying. I got into it in high school, and because of my size and I guess me being a little, very flamboyant, if you will, a young gay, if you will, not really know how to stand up for myself. But I came from the projects. I knew how to fight. I just wasn't a fighter. I was a wrestler. Like I thought I was. Just seeing that the fact that, as I said in the last video with ZELINA Vega and Jesse Ventura, and talking about like, you break your bones in this business. And I didn't feel like I wanted to do that. I didn't even know about all the other semantics with the contracts and shit, deaf contracts and Twitch and all this crap now. But I was just a fan, and I really was going to go to Shawn Michaels Wrestling School. So when I saw this story, I was like, wow, it's good to hear from someone's perspective. And it goes on and says, Many people did not realize Zelina Vega did not end up at WWE immediately. She actually spent years on the indies before she was accepted to the mainstream brand. Vega knows all about paying dues, encountering countless rejections from the age of 18. Zelina is familiar with this part of the wrestling industry. Quote here says, it was hard in the moment. I was 18 or 19 when I had my first tryout. She replied, I got turned down every year since 2010, except for 2011 and 2012. But every year after that, and then like around 2017, I said, okay, I'm out. They had me at Rosebud. They had me as a Rosebud like for 6 months. Oh, really? Wow, you were part of the Adam Rose. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't even remember that. So I was driving from New York to like everywhere just to prove them how much I want this. You know how much it meant to me. It goes on and says her journey shows the arduous road many wrestlers have to take before they hit mainstream wrestling, and that's something that I talk a lot about on my show, DTA Podcast. You know, on the actual podcast, guys, you guys can check out those links on our link tree. And you know, I go a little more in depth on it because it is a serious thing. You know, these wrestlers are not making much on the indies, and they gotta bust their ass, sleep in their cars, and eat McDonald's for night or whatever. They're not eating the fancy foods, and you know, you got to budget. You know, and until you get that mainstream success, you know, and that is what you use for companies like WWE and Impact and Ring of Honor and AEW and New Japan and Noah and all of the wrestlers out there. You know, even Stardom. Like there are a lot of Joshi wrestlers that are traveling overseas now, crossing over. You know, shout out to Io Shirai, like and Oscar and, you know, Kairi Sane, you know, so many of them that's been around and doing things. And now you have the influence of Mexican talent, you know, with Thunder Rosa and, you know, you got Tasha Steelz on Impact and Kara Hogan. Shout out to you, Kara Hogan, my fellow LGBT. What's good? Yeah, so I am here for anyone who wants to showcase what it's like what's the reality like of professional wrestling, because I think we all think it's glitz and glamour. And shout out to Lillian Garcia. The article goes on and says here that she sat down with Lillian Garcia and she had a lot to say about younger wrestlers. In fact, she believes a lot of them don't know, none of them have not made the same sacrifices. And that is very telling as well. It says here, it's funny. I feel like a lot of people who are just coming up now, they have no idea what the process is like. They have no idea, you know, you really pay your dues to get to those point. You know, when you're sacrificing, when you don't have money, when you don't have anything, I did what I had to do because I knew, like something in me just knew that this is what I was meant to do. And it goes on and says, obviously, Zelina comments mainly apply to those coming up in WWE. After all, those independent promotions such as Impact and AEW pay their dues on the indie circuit. Yeah, that's so true. Those ones that come up there, and that's what I'm saying. When you get to those levels, you use that as a catapult. Yes, WWE is the top. WWE, well, theoretically, not really anymore because you have a lot of people breaking that barrier. Shout out to Impact, AEW, Ring of Honor, MLW, Major League Wrestling. You know, these companies are really coming back full force, full steam ahead. And a lot of the indie companies too, ICW, No Holds Barred, like you guys are putting on constant events, GCW, Black Label Pro, well, Beyond Wrestling, I don't know. We're still trying to find out. I got to get that scoop on that one. But IWTV, the app is fascinating. You get to follow all these wrestlers to get to that level. You know, shout out to WWE just signed Anthony Green, and I love him. You know, I've loved his work at, you know, watching him on IWTV on the indie scene, and now Anthony Green is part of WWE, and it's great. You know, it's fascinating to see their rise. Hopefully they do him great. You know, they really see his talent because he has amazing talent. Hopefully they really let him, you know, shine. And I just, you know, saw that the WWE signed some other talent too. Like, so new wrestlers are always coming, you know, AEW's just signed new talent, you know, it just keep evolving. Impact is signing new talent. Ring of Honor just brought back their pure championship. So there's so many opportunities for younger wrestlers to go to if you can't make it to that one company. And like Zelina said, she kept fighting, kept going, and she made her round on the indie scenes, got the respect that she deserved, and WWE came to her. So there you go. One of the things that always played against Zelina was her height. After all, the wrestler measures at 5'1". Oh my God, me and her the same size. Wow. That's crazy. Evidently hype man in wrestling, but she worked to prove herself. I love Zelina aesthetic. I think no one can wrestle like her. I love her work on NXT. I think when she got to the main roster, she got a little stagnant because they want her to be this manager, and I think they didn't want to see her really wrestle until towards the end. But she has it in her. And you know, it goes on and says, Zelina mentioned in previous interviews how Rey Mysterio was her role model. Now it seems she's stepping in his footsteps into the big time. I really, really, really do love this article. I think it is something that, you know, a lot of people need to take a look to. It's up here, themix.net. And it goes on here, these last two statements here, saying that the WWE does hire athletes from other sports, including football. However, those younger sports stars have not paid their dues in the wrestling circuit. Oh my God. Can I just say that right there is the meat and potatoes of this whole damn thing. And no, that wasn't Zelina. That was the writer here. Let me shout the writer out real quick. And the writer name goes by Sandra Dedine. Oh my God, that was a great statement there, because that's so true. They don't, and that is my issue with so many, and specifically Ronda Rousey, Cain Velasquez, Tyson Fury, all of these jokesters that you're bringing in here to do what? Like, Shayna Baszler has talent. Give her a shot. Get her off Nia Jax. I'm gonna do a video on that one too. That's pissing me off. But back to this. That hit me right there. Shout out to you, Sandra. So it goes on here and says Vega does make a point with her statements, especially where young talent is concerned. Of course, nothing is stopping these young stars from becoming excellent wrestlers down the line. Zelina recently made her first steps in the singles division. Despite her obvious talent, she mainly been stuck in manager roles since NXT. And one of the things Zelina always played off was her height. And clearly it worked, you know, it worked because she knows how to play a boss, and she knows how to play a fighter, and she also knows how to play, you know, the heel or whatnot. You know, when her and Bianca had some good moments. And I just love what she's doing. So if AEW is watching, I'm sure AEW, Impact, I think Impact was a place where she was at before. So and they are doing big things right now. Impact, we're gonna be talking about that soon. They got the tag team tournament, the women tag team titles. And what do you guys think about Impact with the knockouts? I don't like knockouts. I don't. And yes, because I'm gay, I guess I don't like it. I don't know. But I want to dig into that because it's a little, with 2021, we need to move on. But shout out to you, Sandra. Shout out to themix.net. Shout out to Zelina Vega for just being herself. I can't express that enough. I think it's just so important that that we, like I said, we understand what you're getting into. You know, I think professional wrestling is it's a grimy business. And one of the things that Zelina Vega did not talk about was the problems when it comes to the what can I say, the misconduct that goes on in these companies. Like, and I know that's something she wants to get to. That's something way on another side, but that's things that wrestlers have to think about too. It's specifically if you're paying attention with the hashtag speaking out. And, you know, Zelina Vega is a married woman, you know, and a kept woman, so she's happy, but there are issues with other people who, you know, who are not. And, you know, we heard a lot of crazy stories. So protect yourself, know what you're getting into. You know, have an accountant, all that good stuff. Know what you're getting into. It's very, very important. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for that right there. Let me know your thoughts. You guys can, once again, you can tweet us at DTA Podcast. You can follow us on all of our channels. It's in our link tree. Yeah, so once again, my name is Peter Parker. You can follow me at EJP CEO Corner. All those channels. I'll be releasing more and more videos. Tell me your thoughts, guys. What do you guys want me to talk about? And I'll put some more links at the bottom of the video. And I will see you guys real soon. All right. Ciao.